We're gonna get started. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Tuesday night Inspire call. I am Eilers-Heffner. I am a Sapphire Ambassador with Plexus, and I hope you can bear with me. I had like three things that were just really on my heart, and I'm going to try to make them all tie together because it tied together in my brain. So hopefully I can pass that on to you. Um, kind of talking about leadership habits, but leadership habits, which I don't like to have a negative spin on things, but things to avoid as leaders, prioritization, and then journal prompting. So Leah actually did a call a while ago. Leah, you might want to pop it in somewhere to remind us, but you did a really great job going through a bunch of journal prompts. Or maybe it was at Ruby Retreat or something. And I was like completely overwhelmed, to be honest with you. I am not big on journal prompts. I'm not big on journaling. I am big on gratitude. I am really good with like, write three things I'm grateful for, write the couple Bible verses that stand out to me a day, and like keeping it pretty simple. But we can learn new things. I actually found some journal prompting that spoke to me, that was simple, that was a little more in depth to get me thinking along the right lines, right? To help with that mindset piece. And so I just wanted to share this with you. So maybe jot this down if you can, get out your planner, because it really is simple. It really, really is. So just at the beginning of the month, and I know it's February 11th. I can't believe it's February 11th, but we're going to pretend it's still the beginning of the month. And what you can do is just write down last month's reflections in three different categories. You have wins, those wins from last month, the challenges, so kind of jotting down those things that you were working on overcoming. And it doesn't matter if you're still working on overcoming them or if you did overcome them, still write it down because this is going to continue to grow as you do these prompting every month. And then favorite moments. So I love this idea to just kind of jot down, just brain dump, right? Those things. And it doesn't have to be this intricate thing that takes an hour. It can be like 1 minute in each of those categories, right? And then at during at the beginning of the month, I loved this. What do I want to start doing? What do I want to stop doing? And what do I want to continue? So I really loved this. And this goes along with, I listened to two Craig Groeschel podcasts and started one of his books. That's how all of this is tied together. Like the Lord just really brought it together for me because the journal prompting I've been doing for a couple of months. And then I happened to come across these other things and I'm like, oh my gosh, this makes so much sense. So we get to celebrate and focus on something that we want to continue doing, right? Okay, this is going well. I want to continue. The date night a week with my husband is going well. The special time with the kids on Saturday mornings is going well. I want to continue that. The car ride with the teenager to whatever sporting event is going well. I want to continue that. And so when that sport ends, how can I make that still happen, right? So what do I want to start doing in the new month? What do I want to stop? And what do I want to continue? And then intentions moving forward. And these are some ideas for categories. Again, you can categorize and brain dump into each of those categories if you want. But our spiritual health, so there's 6. So 1, spiritual health, 2, physical health, 3, money management. And this is really where Plexus comes in handy because we have the opportunity to make extra money right now, right? 4, our personal life, 5, key relationships, and 6, professional goals. So I am a physical therapist. I worked full-time all the way to Sapphire. I took a break. I'm working again for insurance and just different reasons. And now I get to have Plexus professional goals and PT professional goals again, right? And so it's exciting. It's exciting to think of those goals that we can have in our life. And then we're going to look at a gratitude brain dump, a positive affirmation opportunity to think about at the beginning of the month. And those are what you're looking at every month. So What do you want to stop, start, continue? Reflecting back on the last month. Those 6 things: spiritual, physical, health, money management, personal life, key relationships, professional goals, and plexus goals. And then our gratitude and our affirmations. Those positive affirmations over and over again are going to be so important to your success and your belief in yourself, and especially moving forward in this business. And then what you can do weekly is brain dump. Like, you're going to brain dump. You're going to brain dump your meal plan or your meal ideas. You're going to brain dump your things you need to shop for or return. You're going to get those to-dos out. You're going to think about the habits that you want to have this week, each week. Do you want to work out extra? Do you want to increase your step goal? Do you want to increase your water? Are you struggling with your supplements? So you need to write that down as a goal, right? I know this sounds like it's very personal. And if you have the business things, like, okay, this week I really need to focus on follow-up. This week I need to focus on new outreach. This week I need to really focus on my team, right? Then you jot those down as well. So I really like that. And then the other thing that I liked as a prompt was, this week I want to feel. So this week I want to feel rested. This week I want to feel productive. This week I want to feel accomplished. This week I want to feel energetic, right? How is it that you want to feel going through your week? And then I liked the I am loving. So what am I loving this week? I am loving the snowy weather. I love it when it snows. I love to have my kids home on snow days. I love that it's beautiful out because we live in Michigan, and if it's not snowing in the winter, it's just gross out. So lots of things that we can love no matter where we're at. I am loving the promotions Plexus is giving us. I am loving the free reset. I'm loving the upgrades on the reset. Like, brain dump this stuff and get your brain in the right space. So anyway, all that to say, these are the journal prompts I've been doing, and I am like, okay, this is really helping me to think, and I'm not a journaler. So there you go. Like, we can learn new things together. And then I started this book. I did not get very far. Okay. The Power to Change by Craig Groeschel. I started it a while ago before I knew I was even leading call tonight, because there was some switching around, and just, oh my goodness. Like, I read the first, like, less than 20 pages, like 18 pages. And I'm like, I just changed my life reading 18 pages. Okay. So, what he really brings up in this is that we do what we do because of what we think. We do these things because of who we think we are. And God says in Proverbs 23:7 that as he thinks within himself, so he is. Okay. So, like, it's in the Bible. And so also, though, in the Bible, right, it says that we can renew our minds and that we can focus on him and we can be a new creation every day. We are a new creation in Christ. We can renew our minds every day. And there you go. So we can change who we think of ourselves, and we can pour into who God thinks that we are. So anyway, all of that to say is that there's 2 kinds of people. There's people that go through a similar situation, and one person is like, why does everything bad happen to me? Oh my gosh, I'm such a victim. I'm never going to XYZ. There's the people that we know that keep choosing the loser boyfriend over and over again. There's the people that struggle with money over and over and over again, no matter what. Then you have the overcomers. Like, I went through this hard. I'm going to come out on top. I'm going to make it happen. There's 2 kinds of people, and it's because of who we think we are. And that's why I say we need to journal and prompt and prep our brain and get our mind right and have those positive affirmations in front of us in order to then be productive and successful in our business. And I am getting to leadership in our business specifically too, but I had to go over some background. In the book, he gives these examples. So, when I drink too much, my underlying belief is that the only effective way to escape my stress and pain is to medicate myself. Okay, that's powerful. That is a huge reflection of hitting yourself in the face of whatever it may be that you're struggling with, or how you self-medicate, right? When I choose not to read my Bible, the underlying belief is that I don't really believe that God will fulfill his promises for me. Wow, that's powerful. And this goes along the lines of, I don't do my IPA properly because I don't believe that these products or this business can really help people. And when you put that into perspective, if you aren't convicted by that and going, wait, I don't really believe that. I do believe these products and this business are going to help people, then you're gonna want to do your IPA. And I have had moments, you guys, where I am literally falling asleep and I have my list of people I'm talking to, and I wake myself up and I send the message, and I doze off and I wake myself up and I send the message, because reading that was like, this is important enough for me to wake myself up and make sure I'm doing, because I do believe, and I'm sitting here not flared up from 3 autoimmune disorders, having great lab results, being able to work out 6 days a week. I'd work out a 7th if the gym was open. Flourishing, feeling so much better. Our health has changed for our kids, and then seeing my team and helping them. So I know that if I'm not talking about this and reaching out to people, that I'm withholding a blessing from them. And that made me wake up and send the next message, right? Even though I didn't feel like it, I did it anyway. Okay. So anyway, that is what I wanted to share from the book, because that was super powerful to me and really just really hit me. So then, okay, let's talk about this too. So we have to, when we're changing behaviors and habits, we don't want to just target that behavior. We need to hit the root cause. Like, you can't just go, oh, I'm not gonna hit the snooze button anymore. Okay, you have to connect that to something more meaningful. When I hit the snooze, it means that this isn't important enough for me to get out of bed and go to the gym, or get out of bed and get into my Bible, or get out of bed and get my kids to school on time, or whatever. You need to change how you think about that snooze button. It can't just be, I'm not going to do that anymore, or I am going to do this anymore, but pulling out that root cause, changing the way you think about it. This is where, like, doctors, a lot of Western medicine is treat the symptom, treat the symptom, treat the symptom. Thank goodness with Plexus, we get to treat the root cause with people. We get to fight that root cause alongside of them and help them and support them. Definitely having those positive affirmations. If you need help with this, we have calls on this, there's posts on this. Like, just search affirmations in the team pages and you'll find stuff, and reach out to your sponsor and we will help you. Maybe you need to share your affirmations with your upline. If you're on this call, say, hey, I've been thinking about it. These are my updated affirmations. I want to share them with you as accountability, right? Action. Our action is always going to cure. Action is always going to speak higher and louder than anything else. And it's definitely better than inaction. Okay. So leader habits. This is from Craig Groeschel, had 2 podcasts. It was like this past Thursday and then the one prior, and their habits, 6 great habits. No, 6 habits that great leaders avoid. Again, it sounds kind of like avoid, like that sounds negative. And I actually listened to part 2 first, then went back and listened to his part 1. And I thought it was just really good, like really meaningful. He talks about avoiding doing too much. I am like, this is why I run late. Everyone's like, Elizabeth's always late. Well, I'm not late because I'm lounging on the couch. I'm late because I'm like, I can switch the laundry, do the dishes, make a sandwich. Like, I can do more with my time. I'm very busy. My mind is busy. So I'm like, okay, I can get that done before I have to go. And the Power to Change by Craig Groeschel is the name of the book. Don't get me in your screenshot. Okay. So anyway, just in realizing that in our business, that like, okay, let's throw a party, let's go live for 20 minutes on Facebook, let's do this over here, let's do it. Like, just because you're busy doing things or you're scrolling, that doesn't mean that you're being productive, right? So honing in and being pointed in what you're doing with your business, doing your IPA, paying yourself first. So this means you're doing your reaching out and you're following up before you're getting distracted with answering your level 6's downlines question about how many probios should they take. Jackie just did a call on that. You guys get to tag your people in that and say, hey, familiarize yourself with this so you can answer these questions, right? Do your IPA first, meaning you talk to new people and you do those follow-ups first, paying yourself first. Learning to delegate in our business. If you're planning an event, you're planning or something, divide up. Hey, can you make the graphics? I'm going to work on some posting. Who can go live? Divide that up between your leaders and don't try to do it all yourself. You want to do what matters most in our business. So Craig Rochelle really talks about this. You don't want to do more and more and more and more. You want to do more of what matters most, and that's IPA. Your workers are quiet. Your workers aren't talking. Your workers aren't necessarily super involved with what's going on. Go talk to new people and get new workers, especially when you have people going through life stuff that's pretty major and they might not have realized that they can be productive in this business at the same time. Go help some new people be successful in this business. And then automating where you can. And I think boards, if you like, and I didn't get boards at first. People are like, boards this, share this link, here's a board. And I'm like, what is this? This just is more stuff for me to keep track of. And I have to go over here and copy and then paste it over here. No, if you don't know how to use boards, please ask for help. You enable your board's keyboard and then your boards is in your messenger, and then you click and it's populating stuff for you. Hey, guess what, you guys? I've deleted boards that have been shared around in like the Jewel page or whatever. And of course, hey, I'm human. I'm like, oh, this is good, this is good, this is good. Elizabeth, who does too much, this is good, this is good. Then I'm like, why do I have all of this stuff? It's just overwhelming me now. Delete it, get rid of that stuff. Okay. Build your own boards so that you know what is in them and you know where to go to find the stuff that you need and use, like the video that you like to send on the triplex, the Candida graphic, the startup graphics. Do your own if you have to organize your brain. All right. Avoiding conflict. So Craig Rochelle says that we shouldn't avoid conflict, that we should kind of meet it head on, that we should really talk things out. And realizing that we will have conflict. Like, I'm looking at Steve still on here. He's on my team, but most of us are a bunch of women, and that does set up to have usually some conflict. So dealing with the conflict, talking it out, and standing united and moving forward. Okay. Working that, and just don't let it sit there and think it'll just go away. If there's something bother you, let's deal with it. And I think this is true in our personal life too. Like, okay, your husband's bugging you. Okay, this is not easy for Elizabeth either. Go figure out a way to talk to him and deal with it, because that being upset with someone over here when you're trying to work your business is distracting. Doing what you've always done. So this is super frustrating in a professional realm. Like, well, this is how we've always done it. And I am like, I want to hit my head on the wall because I have great ideas. I'm thinking this, like, this is what I've seen, right? Now, does it mean in this business that we're always going to change what we're doing? No, but it means that we're going to talk things out and say, hey, like, tell me what you want to change. Tell me what you're thinking. Let's review this. What would be the purpose? How do you see this working? Because, and this is why I say, like, this business is pretty repetitive. You talk to new people, you follow up with the people you've talked to, you do your social media posting so people know that you have a Plexus store that's open and it's not randomly closing here and there. No one knows what's going on and they don't know who to come to and they decide they do want Plexus. Keep your social media going, right? And then examining things that maybe aren't working. Okay, I did the onboarding, but my person quit talking to me. Okay, well, I did the onboarding with this new person, another new person, and they quit talking to me. Okay, you got to look at what's going on with that onboarding process, with what you're sending, with how you're sending it, and figure it out. Like, usually it's stop sending videos that they aren't watching and talk to them, and then use the videos as a third-party validation tool, right? So how are you doing? How was your weekend? I saw you had a basketball game. Talk to them like they're your friend and they're a real person, because they are, and then problem solve from there. Okay. Micromanaging. If you're on my team, you know I do not micromanage. I can't stand to be micromanaged, and I do not micromanage. I know some people, it's easy to micromanage. Did I micromanage my children when they were little? Absolutely, because I could control them. And now that doesn't work. I cannot micromanage teenagers. That is not what they want. It's not going to happen. It's going to cause conflict. It is going to destroy trust, right? And then it stifles their leadership development. I cannot like my kids, this is funny. My friend was like, "Do you know what time or what time block B is?" And I am like, "Nope, but my kids do." My kids know where they need to be at what time. My kids have a rotating schedule. It's, Ella and I were at an appointment today. We needed to make a follow-up. I'm like, "Okay, do you want to do Wednesday morning or Wednesday afternoon? What classes do you have?" I don't know what classes she has. She's a junior. I know what classes she has. I don't know exactly the times and days she has her classes, but she does. I can't micromanage that. Don't micromanage your people. Say, "Hey, how's your week going? Are you doing okay with onboarding your new people? Do you have questions with that? Is there anything I can do to help? Do you have the tools you need?" Or, "Hey, remember I sent you the file so you can do your onboarding with your new person. Did you have trouble locating it? Do you still have it? Do you need anything from me?" And maybe a reminder, but you're going to help problem solve, but you want people to be independent. You don't want to have to no, you don't want to be that controlling of people either, right? Because it's going to be exhausting for you. It's not duplicatable. Sending a file and asking, "Do you know where the file is and do you know how to use it?" is duplicatable. Okay. Um, the habit of hiding. So I think sometimes as leaders, we think, "I have to be perfect and I can't show weakness and I don't want anyone to know I'm having a bad day." This is harder for me on social media. Like in real life, y'all, I'm very real. But on, social media, I don't want to be a whiner or a complainer or whatever. And so then I get quiet. And that's not always the best approach. This is also why we want to go live in our stories and leave voicemails for people so they can relate to us. They can hear our emotion, they can see our emotion, and we can be relatable. Craig Rochelle says, "We impress people with with our strengths and connect with them through our weaknesses." Now, as leaders, do we go to our downline and complain and bellyache about this whole huge thing? No. Do we say, "Hey, I'm having a rough time with this big adjustment to this new job that I have because I've never had a stressful job, you guys, until this." I mean, yeah, like when I was a very new grad and a new PT, it's stressful because you're like, "I don't want to kill anybody working in a hospital." But overall, I have had very normal stress PT jobs. This job has been stressful. And I can't just spout that all over the place and be negative about it, right? But my close friends know the details, some of the details, right? And just having that balance of saying, "Hey, I'm just having a rough time. Please pray for me." Or, "Have you ever gone through a situation like this?" And give maybe a little snippet, but don't pull people down with you. Don't do that either. That's a juggle. Okay. And then number 6, this is our last one. Then I have a chart to show you. The habit of hesitation. So when someone's excited and they want to post, that you're like, "Yeah, let's get a post up." Run with excitement, run with momentum, run with getting the ball rolling and being excited. Don't overthink everything. "Well, I don't know." And I still tend to do this too sometimes. I just talked to Jackie, "Do you think the timing of this is perfect? Should we wait?" I don't know. I'm like, "You know what? We need to just do it." Then I came back, and I'm a verbal processor, came back. "Okay, yep, you were just going to do it. Let's just do it. If we need to do it again, we'll do it again." We're doing a huge giveaway thing in our team page, right? I'm like, "Let's just do it. We'll just move forward. Let's just move forward." You don't want to destroy morale or destroy momentum. You just got to keep moving forward. And this is a thing that we need to remind ourselves is no decision is perfect, but action is better than inaction. That's always better because you can always correct as you go versus waiting until everything is you think is all aligned and perfect, because it just never really is. So anyway, I made a quick chart. So the first one, avoiding doing too much. Zoom changed. How do I share? This is the last thing I have to show you. if I can. Where's the, here, the big green button? I don't know where it is. It must be here. Yep, there we go. Where is it? You guys, oh my gosh, anybody can be a jewel. Let's just say that again. Let's remind. Okay, so this little chart of not doing too much in our business and in our personal life, I feel like this can be very important in our personal life because then we have more time for our business life. Okay, is that we have important, we have not important, urgent, and not urgent. So doing right away. This is like deadlines. This is paying the bills. This is, hey, there is a party on Wednesday. On Monday, you better be doing the urgent and important of getting those invites out, right? Doesn't mean you're not going to still invite up until the time of that party, but get that done. In our home life, this is like, okay, the kids have to be at their sporting event. They have to be here or there. We have to get this done as a family. Those are urgent and important. But like not urgent, not important would be more like cleaning the toilet or cleaning your office. I'm screen sharing now, so you can't probably see the disaster of an office that I have right now. This is stuff that I get to ignore and avoid because it's not going to make me money. Me cleaning my office does not make me money. It's behind me. I can ignore it. I can move on. Does it mean I need to get to it at some point? Sure. Does that mean before IPA, before letting people know about free resets? Absolutely not. Urgent, but not important. So things that come up get thrown at you, stuff that comes up with the kids. This is where we can delegate or reschedule. Can they get a ride with the neighbor? Can they get a ride with a teammate? Can you ask your husband to take something off of your plate? Can you get your kids to do stuff? Can you get them to clean? Guess what? We don't have to be cleaning all these toilets. We don't have to be cleaning mirrors and doing dishes. We have people in our house that live with us that can do it. And will they put their clean dishes away in the wrong places? Absolutely. Will they be off the counter? Absolutely. So we got to lower the standard just a hair and know that done is better than perfect. All right. And then you have not urgent, but it's important. So knowing we need to do it soon. We have this event coming up next week. Let me make my list. Let me get this ready so I know it's I'm planned out. Let me get my IPA list going for every day of the week so I know I can follow my list every day, right? It's not urgent, but it's important because it's going to become urgent. So just kind of categorizing your business activities and your personal activities into these kind of categories, I think can be really helpful. I've thought about this, and it just seems to really, when I think about it, I do it, but I think that, I don't know how to stop sharing. Hold on. Nope, that didn't work. Let's get out of that first. I'm out of practice on this part. I don't know. Does it matter? Anyway, pulling up the chart was helpful to, I'm going to keep it on there. There we go, since I can't figure out how to stop it. So pulling up the chart was really helpful for me to see the visuals again because I was categorizing things in my life anyway, but I have been reminding my family, like, I don't have to do these dishes. You guys can do dishes. Not that doing dishes is below me, not that I don't touch that sink every single day, but there's things that other people can be doing too, right? And so just reminding ourselves of that, asking for help. I have very meaningful relationships with my family and with my friends, and I have a business and I have a job. And guess what? We can do it all. And it just comes to prioritizing, being a good leader, having a plan, and just believing in yourself that you have something here that's super important and super beneficial for people. Oh, there we go. That was easy. One little button. All right. So thank you for getting on. 31 minutes. Technically, that was only 29-minute call since we started 2 minutes late. And I hope that you guys all have a great week. Finish up this week. Get those get your people joined in with those free resets because that's a great opportunity for them. I'm excited for that to happen. So can't wait to see you guys all on the cruise and at convention, and I will talk to you later.